Hey everybody, it's Moxon, bringing you a video today on how to do the Amity game. The reason for the game we'll go over as well. So let's get into it. So I'm here with my character, I'm a noob, and he's going to teach you how to not be a noob and win at the Amity game. So let's take a look at this blacksmith, and let's go to his shop. And if you look down at the bottom here, required Amity 500. So let's say you're going after this Algerian armor, and instead of paying 369,600 for a helmet, you only want to pay the 48,000. Well, that's where the Amity game comes into play. So you right bumper over to conversation. Now you see it says 2 out of 15. That's the amount of energy it takes to start the conversation, which is 2. And the 15 is how much energy I currently have. Now I have way more than 15 energy, as you can see at the top, total, but that's all I have generated on my character right now. So let's right bumper over to the conversation. Now when we get in here, you can see at the top left, his name, the blacksmith, the requirement, fail to spark the interest of Trenin Underfoe 4 times. And you look at the bottom left, Amity 1, interest level 36, favor 26. Now on the right, you're going to see a name like Dave Finto, and you can see at the bottom the picture of him as we go back and forth here. There he is, Dave Finto. It's talking about attributes, interaction effect, and next combo effect. Ignore attributes completely. You do not need to worry about this stat at all. What you do need to worry about is interaction effect, and sparking interest 31 is 100%, which that's the percent chance for him to succeed, and the interest is 14 to 21, meaning if you do succeed, you will generate 14 to 21 interest. Now since this is failing to spark it, we would want to look for people that have a low percentage chance to hit, and as you can see, there's one right here at 6%, and then there's one, that's it. So generally when it comes to failing, I just go ahead and exit out and then go right back in. Now I got the requirement on the left, as you see, to talk freely with Trenin Underfoe. Now what that means is I don't have to succeed or fail, it doesn't matter. Whatever I do, I'm getting that Amity carried to me no matter what. So right now, talk freely means doesn't matter if I pass or fail, I'm going to get Amity. But how much Amity is what's going to determine it. So let's look at interaction effect. So right now, if I chose David Finto, I have a 100% chance to succeed at the conversation. Sometimes it fails, but when it's 100, you're almost guaranteed to get it. Interest 13 to 20. So that means if I succeed at this, I'm going to get 13 to 20 points. So let's go ahead and put him first. Now, see where this guy, Alston, is 90%. Because I would succeed before him, it would help boost that 90% up to probably 100. The interest I would get from him is 8 to 10. So 13 to 20, and then another 8 to 10 on top of that. But we don't really want 8 to 10. We want to get as high as we can get with that numbers. So the what is called accumulated. So that means if he gets 13 and then he gets 8, that's 21. Where if he gets 13 and he gets 28, we're at 3041. So with that knowledge in mind, how can we maximize the amount of interest? And that's where the game comes into play. So let's look at one more thing here too. If it says 0, such as Artemio Fiazza, it's a 100% chance, but the interest is 0. It doesn't mean you'll get 0 unless you put him first. But because of the other guy is, what, 13 to 20, if he gets 13 and then Artemio Fiazza goes, he'll get 13 when he succeeds too. It won't be 0, it'll just be what the last person gained. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's go ahead and put him in there. So let's see who else we got here. because it's 100%, I want to get the most gains possible. 18 to 22, 21 to 24. We'll go ahead and put that one in. And then, who else do we have here? We'll go ahead with this one. So now we filled in our key, our line of people, and we're going to push A to conversate. And I want you to remember that he has 13 to 20. So when the number comes up right above his picture, above the key, you're going to see 13 to 20 to start, and then it's going to add that same amount for this guy if they both succeed. So let's see what happens. So he got 15 and another 15, and then there you go. So they all succeeded. Now we got an accumulated favor of 316, minimum favor of 90. And what that meant is the interest from each one of those produced a number. The accumulated is that number keeps going and going and going. The details of accumulated and minimum favor, don't worry about it. You just want to try and get the highest numbers possible. So right now we have an acquired Amity of 32. If we exit, at the bottom left you'll see Amity 1. If we exit, we would bank that 32. Or we could push X to keep talking to get more Amity. Now why is this crucial? Well, as your Amity with them goes up, the interest level is going to go up, and it's going to be harder and harder to succeed at conversating with them. So it's also going to make it, instead of 2 energy like it cost us to talk to him the first time, it's now going to give more and more energy to talk to him the next few times. So for 2 energy, I'm going to talk to him 3 times and get like maybe 100 Amity. So let's go ahead and keep talking. But you do notice the requirement on the upper left has changed. Gain a minimum favor of 35. So again, we want to get this as high as we can get it. So we're going to go 100, and we'll go another 100 there. Then we'll add him in to hopefully succeed, and let's see if we can get another really high one. There's 97. There's another 100, but I don't really want to use him. But I guess I could. Let's just go ahead and pop him in there. So it's going to go 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6 times. Now you see our Amity is 77. So we gained 41 that time as opposed to last time 36. Our minimum favor again is 42. We needed 35, and it's just based off of how high you can get that accumulated favor. So we're going to keep talking one more time, and this time on the left, spark the interest of Trannon Underfoe 2 consecutive times, so we want the conversation to succeed twice in a row, and the best way to do that is just go ahead and get to 100%. 21 to 24. Now the 100%, when you succeed, it gives you a little bit to the next one to succeed. So we can put him there, and he's probably going to succeed. It's still a chance to fail. It's all RNG. And then we'll go ahead and put the 97% in there. So this time, let's see what happens. And the blue smiley faces means it did succeed, and it'd be a gray frowny face if they didn't. So we gained, with the 3 times talking to him, for only 2 energy, we gained 164 Amity. Now when I exit, that's going to be banked, and if we go back, see its conversation, still only 2 energy this time to talk to him. But you notice in the bottom left now we have 165 Amity. And we need, what, 500 for the Amity shop. You can also look down there under the interest level and favor. It says knowledge of repairing. If you get 1,000 Amity, you'll get the knowledge of repairing, to where you can put repair your own equipment. And then knowledge fall of Kron Castle, and then you have the shop, Amity shop, 500. So we need 500 to be able to purchase an item. So we're going to go ahead and, this one says fail to spark it 1 time. So let's see, I think we got one that's 6%. Yeah, 6%. So let's hope she fails. There's not a guarantee that she will at 6%. 6% is still 6%. And then we'd want to follow it with 100 so we can get our Amity back. And let's see if she fails. Boom, frowny face, she failed. We're gonna succeed, 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 succeed. So 30 Amity. We're gonna keep talking. Gain a minimum favor of 44. So this one will be a little bit tougher, so we really need to focus on our numbers now of interest. There's a 22 to 25, 28 to 41 with her, so if we can get her to proc, it would help a lot too. So let's go there. Let's go 100. I believe we have another 100 somewhere here. Yep. And let's see if we can't get her at 6% following 200s. Let's see if she goes ahead and procs. We're taking a big gamble here. It might or might not pay off. And it did. So you succeed. She was only at 6%, but because she followed two 100s, the success carried over to her and allowed her to be a success. Same with failure. She was at 6% and failed. The 100 could have very easily failed because of the taking down of the 6%. So we're at 104 Amity now, and we're going to go ahead and continue, and fail to spark the conversation one time again. So we just got to hope once again that Claire Aaron here doesn't succeed off the bat. And then we drop the 200s. So you seen I had 100 and some Amity, and now I pushed continue to talk. I could lose it all if the conversation doesn't fail here right off the bat. So we're taking a risk. Let's see what happens. She failed, thank goodness. But you seen earlier, now we have acquired Amity of 203, and we'll bank it. But you seen earlier when I had to fail 4 times, why I didn't go ahead and try and do it is because the numbers were for this character are not very good for the people we have to conversate. They're in all high numbers. So let's go ahead and back that out. Now you see the conversation is going to cost me 4 energy to talk to him. So let's go ahead and talk to him and see what happens. So I got, you know, all that Amity, 200 and some Amity last time, and I talked to him all 3 times. Now watch what happens if I only talk to him once. I had 11 energy left. It cost me 4 to talk to him, so I have 7 energy now. So let's just, this is sparking conversation 3 times, so let's go ahead and do 3 real quick here. Doesn't matter who. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw him in there. There's 1, 2, 3. So we passed it. Now we got 43 Amity. Now, usually you would want, for the 4 energy that it cost me, I got 43 and I could keep going. Where now if I don't, I banked it, it now costs me 6 Amity to get back in. I don't have the Amity for it. Or the energy cost me 6 energy to get back in. I don't have the energy for it. Where if I'd have stayed, I'd have been able to go 2 more times and gain more Amity to possibly get it increased. So there's a gain to it, but you always want to go 3 times unless you're close to the 500 or whatever. The other thing to look at is, so you can see his Amity right now is 411. I don't have enough energy. It'll come here in a second. If my Amity is over 500, it'll allow me to buy one of these pieces, and it'll take it 200 points from my Amity. So if I'm at 505 and buy this helmet, it's going to take it to 305. But the way that you can kind of sneak around it and get 2 purchases out of it is go to 705, let's say, and you buy one at 705, it's going to take it to 505, then you can buy another one. So you bought 2 helmets with just your Amity being over, it's not 500 each, it's only 200 per thing. But if you get below 500 Amity, it's not going to allow you to buy the helmet. So if you need to buy 2, let's say, get it to 700, 705, just anything over 700, it'll drop it to 505 or whatever you're at, and then you'll be able to buy a second one without having to go back in and do the game. I hope that makes sense to you. So let's see, we just hit 6. We'll go ahead and do the conversation and see how much Amity we can get. And let's see, I'm screwed now because it says fail to spark the interest 4 times. So we'll try and do it, but I'll just show you how hard it is to actually do it. So we need her first because she has 6. That's the most guaranteed way to fail. 68, 61, 61, 42. So we'll go 42, then 61, and then the 68. And here's the thing too, we're gonna fail this. We're not gonna get any interest stacked up, so we're gonna get like no Amity even if we succeed with this. That's why if it's usually fail 4 times, fail 5 times, I just back out and redo it. If it's the first time. If it's not the first time, you might as well try it because you're gonna lose your banked Amity. So let's go ahead and see what happens. She failed, 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 failed. So we did do it, and then we hit 1. So we're gonna get, you see, 4 Amity because we didn't get any of the interest stacked because we failed. So the only way you get that interest is if you succeed. And as you can see, with him, we'll keep talking. He hit it 29 to 30, and that's what I had was 29 Amity. If you back it up a little bit, you can see that too. So now we can talk freely, and this again is where you want the big numbers because it doesn't matter if you succeed or fail, but again, we're trying to get as high as possible. So what we're going to do is drop those 2 in and then go back to him, and then let's see if we can get 97. I think is the next highest besides the 100. The difference is this guy is going to repeat the last number, but if you can, you always want to put somebody in that's going to increase the number. But if that guy succeeds at 29, that's higher than the 22 to 25 that we're adding, so I would want to go ahead and use him. I hope you understand that. Like, you see, I can't move it now that it's stuck. The guy before, Automato Fiazza, he's going to repeat whatever the number is. Well, the lowest number for that guy was 29, where if I stick this guy in, he's got a chance of succeeding, but he's only going to do 22 to 25, and I would rather have that 29. Succeed, he failed, so he's going to repeat, and it's not going to be as good as it could have been. So we'll keep talking one more time and see what happens. We got talk freely again. So what I was talking about, see, he has 29 to 30. So let's drop the 100 in, the other 100. Then we're going to put him in, and then he'll repeat. You see right there, he has 29 to 30. The next highest, we don't have anybody that can get 29 no matter what other than her, and it's 6%. So we'll drop him in and he'll repeat the 29 of the guy in front of him. Bam, he hit it. That one's going to be a big number. There you go, we ended up with 77 Amity that time around. And now the shop, I'm pretty sure we're still shy, but yeah, 488. We're still 12 shy. And I don't have enough energy to continue, but I hope that clears everything up for you guys about the Amity game. And again, don't worry about anything but those 2 numbers that I told you about. So that's it. Talk to you later.